or no answer to any question. In this case, the member asked his question, the Minister very adequately addressed the question, and that is the end of the matter. Question number 6, Dr Calder.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. To the Minister for Tertiary Education, Skills and Employment, what announcements has the government made on the Tertiary Education Strategy for New Zealand?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, earlier today I launched in Auckland the Tertiary Education Strategy 2014-19, which sets out the government's expectations and direction of the tertiary education sector for the next 5 years. The future tertiary system needs to be more outward-facing and engaged to respond to the international expansion of tertiary education, the needs of a growing economy and new technologies. That means having strong links to industry, community, schools and the global economy. The TES is designed to help guide tertiary education investment and the actions needed from government, from tertiary education organisations, business and the wider community to significantly improve further our tertiary education outcomes.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Dr Calder.
What are the priorities for tertiary education identified in the Tertiary Education Strategy?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, the strategy identifies 6 key priorities: delivering skills for industry, getting at-risk young people into a career, boosting achievement for Māori and Pacifica, growing education linkages, strengthening research-based institutions and improving adult literacy and numeracy. Good progress has already been made in many of these areas. Since 2008, there's been a rise in the number of full-time students. We're seeing more graduates than ever before and at higher levels, and we had 10,000 new apprentices sign up between March and December of last year. The number of Māori students enrolled in qualifications at bachelor's level or higher has increased from 17,500 in 2007 to nearly 29,000 in 2012. The number of Pacifica students enrolled in qualifications at bachelor's level or higher has risen from 8,500 in 2007 to nearly 12,000 in 2012. Our tertiary sector must continue to adapt and change to provide the skills and qualifications New Zealanders need to contribute in the labour market in innovative and competitive ways.
Supplementary question.
Supplementary question, Dr Calder.
How is the government strengthening research-based institutions?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Mr Speaker, alongside the Tertiary Education Strategy I launched today, I also announced changes to simplify and strengthen the structure of the Performance-Based Research Fund. The PBRF rewards and encourages excellent tertiary education research by assessing quality, allocating funding based on results and publishing information on performance. The changes I have announced today are designed to simplify the research assessment process to save time and reduce costs for organisations and for research staff, reward tertiary education organisations that attract external research income from international sources or New Zealand industry or not-for-profit organisations or iwi, strengthen public reporting on research performance and reward TEOs that recruit, develop and retain new researchers. We have a system with a number of strengths when compared with other funding systems around the world. These changes will build on those strengths, reduce complexity and lower compliance costs.
Supplementary question to Urarawa Flavel.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Kia ora tātou. To the Minister, how can the Minister stand by his tertiary education strategy that provides for Māori achievement and success when his Tertiary Education Commission is shutting down the only Māori National Centre of Research Excellence, Te Pai o te Maramatanga?
Honourable Stephen Joyce.
Well, Mr Speaker, the member raises a very fair point. The cause review is going on at the moment, and the Research Society of New Zealand is actually doing the work to evaluate those cores, the Centres of Research Excellence, and determine which should be funded from the end of 2015 onwards. My understanding is that the member notes that that particular core is not at this stage proposed to be funding, and that will be up to the institutions to how they run them. But it's important that this is an independent process with scientists measuring the progress of each of these cores and not being assessed by politicians sitting in this chamber.
Order. Question number 7, Honourable Ruth Dyson.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question